What's good, guys? It's EBFX and you're welcome back to my channel. So guys, in this video I'm going to walk you guys through my watch list. I'll show you guys the trades that I'm expecting to take moving into next week, and I'll also walk you guys through the trades that I took last week. So this is my watch list. This is what I'm looking at the moment. And then before we go any further, let's look at the Forex factory and see what is going on. So yesterday was Friday and yesterday was NFP. So NFP came out very bad. It was way less than expected. As you can see right here, the forecast was for 106K jobs, but then the actual was just around 73K. So it was a really, really, you know, high impact. It impacted the market seriously. So if you check across most pairs, Euro USD, USD related pairs, gold, you will see that there has been a very huge spike. So it was bad for the dollar, meaning that Euro USD is going to buy, right? So you can see this very huge spike in price. Check GBP USD, the same thing. You see gold, the same bullish movement. So that was like the main highlight for last week. But then I took about three trades last week, one of which was Euro USD, and it was a profitable trade. But then even though it was a profitable trade, it was quite, painful to see price continue melting down after it took and take profit. So this was the trade right here. Even though my target was a good one, 1 to 4, so I can't complain. 1 to 4 RR. So this was the trade I took last week. Immediately market opened on Sunday, I placed the trade, and then it just moved into profit, took out my take profit, and then continued selling all the way down to this point. Price moved a, a whole 300 and something pips last week. 300 and something pips. So imagine I just held. I would have got a crazy 1 to 11. But no, let me not even, think like that. I'm grateful for the 1 to 4. So this was the trade, right? Let's go down into it. So Euro USD, let's go to the 2 hours time frame. So this was what Euro USD was doing. When I saw that it took out this high at this point right here, it took out this high, but then it failed to continue, you know, bullish. It took out this high, came and took out this low right here. Let me go down to 1 hour so you see it clearly. It was a very straightforward trade, very, very straightforward. So, first thing I saw, you see this very strong, right from down here, in fact, you can see how price has been very bullish, strong bullish candles, little corrections, strong bullish candles, little corrections, strong bullish candles. But another thing you need to notice is the moment price, the more price comes to this high, the lesser the number of bullish candles, right? So as you can see from here, we have a lot of bullish candles. Then we got this small retracement. Then we have more bullish candles here. But if you notice, you see that the bullish candles here are not as much as the bullish candles that we got here. That means the momentum, the push we got here is not as much as the push we got here. Similar stuff happened here. Can I go on in? Kazuba don't the thing. Sorry, guys. So you see how bullish here is. It's not as strong as here. The same thing here. So you will now notice that this last bullish push, we just got one strong bullish candle. In fact, unlike here that we have multiple bullish candles. So it's a sign of exhaustion. It's a sign that the bulls, the buyers that are in this market are kind of reducing. People that are buying this market are not as much as you get. So you see here a lot of buyers, fewer buyers, they kept reducing until here we saw that there were just few buyers. We got only just one strong bullish candle. So after price took out this high here, we saw a longer correction this time around. So price kept correcting, and it took out the low that created this high, right? So this is the low. It took it out and gave a change of character. So not only did it take out this low, when I saw that it came all the way to take out this low right here, So I already saw that there's already a change in direction of the market, there's already a change. So when this low was taken out, or before this low got taken out, you can see how the bulls attempted to push price higher, but they failed. Came down, tried again right here, tried to push price higher. They tried again to push price higher, but they failed. So when I saw this, and then I now see that the price has gone down to break two lows this year. I knew that we're gonna soon flip bearish. So the next thing I did was I saw the market, this was where market opened. Immediately I saw the market opened into this zone. I was like, there's no way price is going to continue to go higher all the way to take out this high. So I entered the sell on this other block. I used this as my inducement, entered the sell here, and I put my take profit here. So actually, what I was thinking that was going to happen was that price will come to this take profit, break it, then come back to retest. Because if you look at it properly, it's a head and shoulder pattern. Let me show you. It's a head and shoulder, right? See the left shoulder, the head, then the right shoulder right here. You get, excuse me, you get. So this is a head and shoulder. So what I was expecting that was that after price takes my take profit, it will now react on this level because this is a key horizontal level or a level of, it's also a level of support that has been broken right here. It's also the neckline, right? So I was expecting that price was going to do something like this. Like after it breaks it, it will now come back, retest, then I'll continue selling to the downside. But that didn't happen. Oh. Immediately price broke this neckline. It didn't even turn back. It didn't smile. It just kept selling and selling and selling and selling and selling. So that was how I could not get to enter again. And I was just wishing I held my position. But then no regrets. I was able to catch a 1 to 4, which was good. So this was the first trade that I took last week. And it was a success. Then the next trade I took was AUDJPY. AUDJPY. So this trade, I'm also going to explain why I took this trade, and then I'll tell you guys how it later put it out. So, Abdullahi, ka je ka dawo an jima kaɗan kaji? Sorry about that. So, guys, this was the next trade I took, AUDJPY. AUDJPY was also a good trade, but I didn't make any money on it. And that was because I got stopped out at break even right around here before price sold off to my take profit. So let's go to the higher time frame. Let me see what I saw on ADGPY. Okay, what I saw first of all was that price took out this. So when price took out this high right here and sold off, I immediately got interested. Now, not only did it sell, it actually did something very interesting. So now there's something. Anytime price takes out a low, for instance, now let's annotate the price movement. So let me rewrite this and this. So like right here, you can see that when price was being bullish, when price was going up, it created a low here, right? It created a high here, created another low here, created a high here, created another low here, right? Created a high here, created another low here, created a high here. So you can see the series of higher highs and higher lows, right? So the market has been, giving this vibe of higher highs, higher lows continuously up until this place here. So when it came down, instead of creating a higher low here and continuing to the upside, it broke this low here. So this was the first sign that price is bearish, right? Or price is beginning to give signs that it's going to be bearish. All right, so when it broke this low, the next thing that happened was that after I broke the low, it now tried to come and create a higher high. So this whole sell, bias wouldn't have been valid if price continued to come up and form a higher high here like this before it comes down. You get? So if this had happened, I wouldn't have been, interested in looking for uh like sales at this particular region or this zone here. But see what it did, it broke this low and created a lower low here. Like it created a lower low here. So it means that this whole idea of higher highs, higher low has been violated because price has created a lower low here. Then what now happened? It tried to create a higher high but failed and created a lower high here, further creating another lower low here. So you see these two lower lows. This is the reason why I want to sell. This is enough indication that market don't change levels, so it's time to look for sales. You get? So when you see a change of character, you wait to see another further break of structure to the opposite direction, right? So in this case now we're buying, right? We now change character to the downside here. It's not enough to just, sell here just because of this one change of character. Because what can happen is that price, instead of selling here, it can decide to just continue up and take out this high. Maybe this was just like a surge down to grab liquidity at this level, you get. So you wait to see if that price further breaks structure to the downside again. This is now confirming the change of trend, the change of levels, you get. So when I saw this happen now, I was now looking for area to sell from, of which this was now my area of inducement, right? This is the inducement for me to sell off these other blockers at this region. So now, not only I didn't place my entry just straight up like this, because by the time I came to this whole price, this whole chart, the price was already around somewhere here. I mean, price was already around somewhere here. So because this was on Sunday, market opened around here. And then I now saw that after market opened, it gave us this huge 2 4-hour sell candles that further broke structure to the downside here. It took out this low. So when I saw this, I was like, okay, I'm gonna sell. So I now looked for another area of liquidity that price will take for it to go down. So when price sold off like this, the next thing I did was to go down to lower time frames. And if you look at it critically, you will see that all that I've explained here is the same thing that has happened here. Market came, took out liquidity and created low. You see, created one low here, came up here, failed to create a higher high, and came down and created another lower low here. Right? So what I just explained here happened again in this place. So that was when I now took my sell on this inducement here. I placed my entry on this place and it gave a sniper entry, perfect entry, and started selling off. My take profit was 1 to 3. So when price moved like 1 to 2, and I put my stop loss at entry. Unfortunately, price did not come all the way to TP. It came and reversed at this point. Came back here, took out my SL at entry before selling off. When I didn't even know that this had so like cutting down to my TPU. It was just earlier when I checked it, I saw it. I was like, look at this crazy pair. But then I don't regret putting my stop loss at entry. You know why? Because Friday was NFP, and there's no way I'm going to leave that trade running when I know that NFP is just by the corner because it's going to be foolish now. There's a very high chance that it may just wick me out, and then a running trade that was in profit now turns into a loss. So I'm not going to take that chance. So I decided to just close the trade. So that was how, I got stopped at a break even here. Then, which other trade did I take? I think I took 3 or 4 trades. So I think there was a loss, right? Did I take a loss? Yeah, I think I took a loss, but I can't even remember which pair. Anyways, let me also show you gold. I took a trade on gold, but then thank God that I didn't hold that trade. I was not just comfortable with the trade at all. So why did I take a trade on gold? Let me show you the sales I took on gold. Gold was bearish for the most part. Bearish, 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 bearish. So this was the price action I would have loved to involve myself in, but I didn't. So the price action I'm talking about is this particular one here. This other block held like crazy. Price created a low here. Then came into this other block and sold off. Crazy sell off, huge expansion to the downside. Then we started seeing this choppy movement, choppy movement. If I had seen this particular movement, I was extremely busy this previous week, this last week, this week that just passed. If I had seen this choppy movement, I would have definitely gone in for these sales because this is more of like retracement or correction of this expansion, and price will definitely expand further to the downside. But then I was not on the chart, so I didn't see it. So I will have just marked out this other block and waited for price to come into this level. Then I then go down to the lower time frames and look for what I need to look for to get into these cells. But I know I will have most likely taken these cells. So knowing that I'm looking to short this particular market. Right, let's go to 30 minutes and see if there was a way I would have entered this trade. It's quite tricky because nothing was very obvious. Let me see. This low was broken. Yeah, I think I would have entered it like this. So right here, you see price created a high here. Price created this high, then this low, and then failed to create a higher high at this point. It failed to create a higher high. So not only did it fail to create a higher high, it now broke this low right here to create a lower low. Even though it didn't really close below the low, but me, I usually don't care. Once it wicks below it, it means it don't already break am. Because if you go down to like, if there was even a second time frame, I don't know if there is, but probably there is. If there's a 1 second time frame, there will be a complete, or let's say 5 seconds or 30 seconds time frame. There will be a complete body closure below this low, of course, right? So this was a lower low instead of a higher low. So I would have been looking to enter at any point. I would have been looking to enter anywhere around, maybe on this candle set. So my entry could have been something like this. Even though this is like this is during the Asian session. But then coming into New York, seeing this play out, I would have probably just entered somewhere around here, put my stop loss all the way here to be safe, right? Then target this low. Something like this. I'll just look for like 1 to 3 or 1 to 3.5 or something like this. So this will have played out for me. This will have played out for me. But then I was not on the chart, so I didn't get to see this. I didn't get to see this. So what I then saw was that after this expansion, after this expansion, after this particular expansion, I still saw price, retracing to the upside. So what I then did was to mark out this area, this field order block here. which is now a breaker block. So when I marked it out like this, I saw price had come back to even, take it out. I was like, no, I went down to the lower time frames. I was waiting to see what price will do. Then I think I saw this, what I was looking for on which time frame. S- Time frame was that? I think it was the 5 minutes. So what I did was that I marked out this other block. I think I marked out this other block. Yeah, it was on the 5 minutes. So I mapped out this other block that you see right here on this 5 minute candle. And then I dragged it. I saw that price had tapped into the other block. So when I saw that price had tapped into this other block, the next thing I did, I went to 30 minutes. I was looking for a bearish candle close. I was looking for a bearish candle close. Where is this thing again? Yeah, so I was looking for a bearish candle close. And I think I got it on the 30 minutes. Yeah, I got it on the 30 minutes. So when this 30-minute candle closed and bearish engulfing, I now entered the trade. So I entered after this 30 minutes bearish engulfing candle. I entered the trade and I put my stop loss here. Then my take profit was below this low for a 1 to 3 or so. Yes, so I think my stop loss was wider than this because it was just a 1 to 3. So it was something like this. But then when the trade started moving a little bit in profit, I just closed it. I don't know why, but I was not just comfortable. I guess it was because that day I was very busy. I was busy moving up and down and all. So I didn't want to just have a running trade that I couldn't have monitored. So I just decided to close it. And as you can see, even though price moved a bit in profit, but it didn't get to take profit. So I probably would have been stopped at break even. I probably will have been stopped out because there's no way I'm going to hold this trade during NFP without placing my stop loss at break even. So that was it for gold. That was it for gold. Let me quickly check my trade history. I think there was another trade I took. I remembered I took a loss. Um, yeah, I lost on USDJPY. USDJPY. So let me see what trade was that. USDJPY. Yeah, I think there was this sell I took on USDJPY. So let me explain the reason why I took a sell on USD JPY last week. Let's go to 4 hours. Now, you see that there's another block here, right? This right here is another block, right? This is another block, right? So I drag the other block all the way to this point right here. Then price was around here. So when I dragged this other block, I saw that price had tapped into this other block. I was like, fine. I marked this out to be an inducement. I was like, good story for this sell, right? I was like, fine, that's good. So what then happened? Price came, took out this inducement, tapped into this other block and sold off. So he sold off and created this low right here, right? Taking out this low here, taking out this low here. So when I saw this, I was like, good. So not only did that happen, another thing that I saw happening was that after I created this low, price tried to create a higher high but failed around here. It tried to create a higher high here but failed. So this was the high. This was the high. Price tried to create a higher high but failed and then continued to sell off. So not only did it sell off, it continued to sell off and broke this low. You get it broke this low, creating a lower low at this point right here. So when I saw this, I was bearish on USD JPY. So this was the reason why I was looking for sales on USD JPY. So this was where I came into action. When I saw that USD JPY had come back to this area of supply, the next thing I was looking for was to sell. And I don't know why, but my area of interest was just at this gap. I just targeted this gap. I targeted this gap. I used this other block and waited to see that price will come back to fill this gap and sell. And price did come back to the gap. So it tapped this place and then I just took myself here, expecting that price was going to sell off. So it didn't work out. Price just kept dancing around till it took me out. I think my stop loss was around here. My stop loss was above here like this. And I was targeting this low. I was targeting this low like this. But it didn't play out. Price took me out at SL. And then that was it, guys. That was it. I think my SL was not up that high, but my entry was somewhere around here. My SL was just here. Something like this. So that was how I took the loss on USD JPY. All right, so that's all for the trades I took last week. Now let's look at what to expect in the coming week, guys. In the coming week. In the coming week. Let's start with Euro USD. Since my network wants to mess up. So this is Euro USD, right? Now, after this huge sell-off, of course, markets will not continue to sell like this forever. It will definitely correct. And I'm hoping that that is what NFP has done to us or for us. It has corrected this huge bearish movement by over 50%, right? This is almost halfway of this whole bearish move. So I'm anticipating that moving into this new week, the market will continue being bearish from this place. So this is a breakout block. Price broke here, even though it kind of has already retested this breakout block here. So I don't know, this will likely hold or not, but what I'm anticipating is that price can do something like this from here, continue to come down, right? Or it may just go up. Anything can happen. Fingers crossed. GBP USD. Now, GBP USD is very interesting. Now, look at GBP USD. What can you see? Very obvious head and shoulder pattern. And this is the neckline. Very, very obvious. And so price has formed somewhat equal lows here. And if you understand liquidity, you will know that equal lows is a very, very sweet spot of liquidity that price will likely come back to take out in the future. So I'm anticipating Euro USD, GBP USD sells. Price coming here, give us some, pattern, and then sell off, something like this. This is what I'm anticipating for GBP USD moving into the new week. So my eyes will be on this level, waiting for price to come in here and do its thing. Once I get the confirmation, our price will be bearish as sell. Then as for gold, gold has kind of, I think gold has switched bullish. Gold has been very bearish, but after I took out this low, which is an area of liquidity or inducement, price has, moved up with force. So what I'll be expecting moving into the next week is that price will just retrace a bit into either of these areas and then we see what it does. I'm not really expecting that price will come back all the way to this demand zone here. I really doubt that. Price can just come into this breakout block and then do its thing. So let's see how it goes. But my, bias for gold is up, up, up it goes. Then USD JPY. USDJPY, after this very strong expansion to the downside, I really doubt price will come up all the way here. I feel price may come down a bit, then come back to retest on this previous area of support to continue being bearish. But I think overall, USDJPY should continue being bearish. I don't see it, coming all the way up again. I don't see it being bullish again. GG. All right, so all the JPY was very, very, very strong during NFP, I guess, or last week. So I anticipate that most of the JPY pairs will just correct a bit and continue selling to the downside. Now, if you look at GJ, you see that GJ has, taken out this liquidity on the 2 hour, has taken out this liquidity on the 2 hour and has created a very strong, bearish, impulsive move to the downside. So I'm actually expecting that GJ will just do something like this. Just correct some of these movements before it continues down. Something like this. This is what I'm kind of expecting on GJ. And almost all the JPY pairs, in fact. GBP AUD. Now GBP AUD is a pair I'm anticipating to sell. To be honest, this particular sell that I'm anticipating, if it plays out, I'll be very happy. I'll be very, very happy. And once it aligns, I'm going to definitely take this trade. I'm going to definitely take this trade. Now, let me explain what is happening on on GA. So it has been bullish for a very long time, right? For a very, very long time, it has been bullish, coming up and up and up and up. But then after price came and created this high, it sold off. If you even look at this high, there's this guy I used to watch, Tech Risk. Tech Risk still says this is a field swing, right? And that's where I learned terminology from, field swing. You see, price gave us this bullish swing, came down bearish, tried to give us a higher high, of course, to continue the bullish move, but it failed. So a field swing, boom, and then price now keeps, melting down, gradually melting, 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 melting. So when price came here, of course, this is like a previous area of, traffic. So price had been bouncing off, trying to create, you know, try to test these highs, but it has not been possible. Now we see that price is just creating lower lows or taking out lows, significant lows have been taken out, right? Now, after this significant low had been taken out, it even also took out this low right here. It also took out this low. Now, see what happened. What you see happening here now is the similar stuff that has happened here. You see, it gave this swing, tried to create a higher swing, but it failed and then started selling off. Now, this now makes me, curious about this area. This is a strong area of supply because it has sold off and has created a lower low, taking out this previous low. So, as I usually say, one change of character or one taking out of a low just once is usually not very strong enough. Now, what I'm expecting is to see that price comes to take out this low again. So if it takes out this low for the second time, it's a very, very strong indication that price is very bullish and will likely continue bullish. Then I'll wait to see it come back all the way to this place for me to short the hell out of it. Do you understand? So this is what I'm anticipating. It may not happen like this. If it doesn't happen, fine, make it a go. But if it happens like this, I'm definitely gonna take this trade, man. I'm definitely gonna short it. And I just pray it happens. This is gonna be a 1 to 5. If anything that makes price comes down to take out this low, I'll just be looking at it, observing for it to mistakenly come back to this side. Because if it mistakenly come back here, I'm going to short it, and I'll short it with 1 mile. I'm not even fear. So that's it for GG. Then BTC USD. Now BTC, I'm supposed to have taken this trade on BTC, oh, but there's a reason why I didn't take this trade. I was just going over BTC and I realized that I fuck up because I would have been on some huge profit on this trade. Now, the reason why I didn't take this trade was because the area I marked out was this particular order block. And I was expecting that price will not break this other block. So the moment price broke this other block, I didn't enter the trade. I was just observing. When I saw that price broke this other block, I got discouraged in the sales. I thought that probably price may just continue being bullish, but that didn't happen. Now see what happened on see what I've been looking at on BTC. BTC came, created this high, now give us this low, took out this previous low and created a low here, right? So when I saw this, I was like, okay, I should be looking to sell BTC, but not just yet. Let's see what happens. Price comes up, fails to create a new high, and has just been ranging. So the moment I saw that price came and took out this low again, what I always used to say, the moment I saw price took out this low again, I was like, okay, now we've confirmed that BTC is bearish, right? Not only did we take out one low, we've taken another low, two lows, creating, multiple breaks of structure to the downside. So I was gonna look for sales. Then what happened? And I came up here and I saw that this was another block. I was like, okay, I can take my sales from here. Why? Because it took out an area of liquidity right here. So I saw it as this was inducement that was taken out. So this other block is going to be valid for it to hold these cells. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. It came and took out this other block. So when I saw it take out this other block, I was now, having doubt that the cell was going to hold. I thought perhaps it would just continue being bullish. But then what I failed to realize was that this was the whole play. See, this was the sweep right here. This was the sweep. And this is the other block that I should be looking at. I was targeting the wrong other block, but this is the other block that I should be looking at because this is the other block that broke the low. Do you understand? Not just this, but this is the main sweep that broke this low right here. So after that, it now makes this particular area here as my inducement. So I'm actually supposed to take the sales from this place and put my stop loss above this high here and take profit here. This is supposed to have been the first sales. But then when I saw this stick out here, I was now worried and all. And there's another sell here again, right? Because after this entry, we created a low here, created another low here, taking out here. So it makes us have a valid place to enter. So, but then, I mean, this all in hindsight because I was not able to catch any of these trades. Now, let me take you to the most interesting pair for me next week. Euro AUD. Now look at Euro AUD. Bullish until we got to this point. After this high, you see that price have just been swinging to the downside. Now, created this high and came all the way, give us this very strong bearish push. I'm like, good. I told you, the more lows you get, it confirms that market is going to sell, right? So after this bearish move, clearing most of these lows, creating a new low to the downside, it's a bearish indication. But what will make it more, solid is when you see a further break of the low. So price after creating this low here, it came up, danced around, and then now you see that it has created a new low because it has taken out this previous low right here. So when I saw this happen, I was like, okay, I'm going to look for sales at this area of, supply up here, targeting some lows because I'm anticipating that price will create new lows. Like price will create a new low like this. But the reason why I don't put my stop loss down here like this is because of this demand. So I'll just target somewhere here. So what I'm waiting for now is for market to open. Immediately market opens, I'll look to take this trade. I'll wait to see how price is doing. Once I see that price comes up and is dancing around, not really having. See, the thing here is this. Once I see price come up and it's just playing around here, if I don't see price, give me some strong bullish moves. Once I see it consolidating here, I'll enter the sales and target here, put my stop loss above. So this liquidity is what I'm hoping to see, that price will not, go above this other block. See this other block here. I'm hoping to see that this other block holds because of this inducement. So let's see how it goes. I guess this is enough for you guys, man. I don't want this video to be too long, but I really hope someone watches this video to the end, because I mean, I know for a fact that there's a lot you can take away. There's a lot that can improve your trading. So guys, I hope you got value from this. If you did, don't forget to like the video and also hit the subscribe button. So cheers guys, and see you in the next one.